Attorney at law Peter Champagny is among several members of the legal fraternity making recommendations on the best way going forward in handling the COVID-19 crisis that has breached the penal system. Mr. Champagny is proposing that the government could consider the option of electronic monitoring of prisoners. He says should the government consider this option, then the transition would be a smooth one as legislation is already in place.
I don't know that a lot of persons are aware that there is this legislation where you can have monitoring, electronic monitoring, and that is another thing that could be utilized, perhaps far less cost effective than, say, the construction of new prisons that are up to standard.
An indication is to be given by the government this week on its decision whether to release certain categories of inmates early in the wake of the rise in COVID-19 cases. Just over a week ago, a report from Indicom revealed the state of the island's penal institutions, which has raised concerns. As part of the report, Indicom recommended that modern correctional centers be constructed, along with repairs, additions, and upgrades to some existing prisons. In the meantime, Mr. Champagny gave details of how the process of early release for inmates could be handled.
I think there needs to be a committee to examine where it is that you can have early release of prisoners and who are near to completing their term. The general position is that the offenders normally that are sometimes repeat offenders fall in a particular age group. And I think we need to now examine persons that are near the end of the completion of their term of imprisonment and also persons that are vulnerable. That consideration be given to them for release.